Okay, this is section 5, and in this one we're going to have a look at something called an if statement, and also we're going to look at how we can compare values in PHP. So for example, comparing numbers to see if one's greater than another, comparing strings to see if one string has a greater length than another, that kind of thing. And so what we'll do is we'll get straight into it. We'll create a new directory. This will be number 5, and we'll simply call it comparisons. And then inside of there, we'll do the same thing. We'll create a PHP file, and let's see how we named these previous ones. Did we give the files numbers? No, we didn't. We'll just call this file comparisons. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at actually is we're going to look at how we can compare two numbers against each other. And so once we've got that, and once we understand that, then we can have a look at something called the if statement. So let's give these, let's create two different variables. So A equals 5, and we'll say that B equals 7. And so what we want to do is we want to see, is B greater than 7? And so the way that we can do this is we can echo B, the greater sign, so it's a right angle bracket. So you've probably done this in maths anyway. So saying echo B is greater than A, B is 7, A is 5. And so for this, our result should be a Boolean. It should be the Boolean true. So let's go and move into that folder. So I'm going to do CD. We're moving into comparisons. Just going to clear my terminal here. I'm going to do php comparisons.php. And an interesting thing you'll notice here is that we're getting the number 1, because what has happened here is because we are echoing this, PHP has converted it to the number 1 because it will not echo a Boolean. It will echo numbers, it will echo strings, but for other things, Booleans, objects and various different other types, echo will not work on those. But what it will do is it will try and cast them, and so the equivalent, the numerical equivalent to true is 1. What we can actually do here for a truer representation is we can var dump this. So here I'm going to store the result. So saying B is greater than A, or we're asking is B greater than A, that will give us a Boolean result of true. I'm storing that in a variable called result, and then here we're just going to var dump that, and this time we should see that we're getting a Boolean true. Okay, and that is exactly what we get here. Okay, so now that we know a little bit about comparing values, and we're going to have a look at a lot more, or a few more different comparisons that we can do. But once we've got that, what we can actually do is we can use this in an if statement. So I'm going to comment that out, and here, instead of saying, or instead of storing that in a result, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if B is greater than A, so if this evaluates to true, then what will happen is it will move into these curly braces that you see here, and it will execute the code that you see inside of there. So in which case we'll say B is greater than A. And in fact we'll put our new line on the end of there. Okay, so let's go and run this. And as you can see, it echoes that out, B is greater than A, and the only reason why it got to this line and why it echoed that out is because this evaluated to the Boolean true. However, if this was to evaluate to false, so we'll say B is less than A, so for that we use the left angle bracket, that means that this should evaluate to false, which means that this line should never be reached, and so we will not see this, and we'll just change the wording to make that correct. But we should not actually see this being echoed out because it is indeed false, because B is not less than A. Let's go and prove that theory. And as you can see, nothing gets echoed out, it just returns the terminal to us. Okay, and that brings us on to another thing where we can say, okay, if this does not evaluate to true and this line does not get reached, I'd like you to do something else instead. And so in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to say B is not less than A. And so this line should be skipped because this does not evaluate to true. However, what happens when this does get skipped, and only if this gets skipped, is it will call this else block here. Okay, so let's go and run this. And here we see B is not less than A. Okay, so we know if and we know else, but as well as checking that first condition, we can actually check multiple conditions, and the way that we can do that is by using else if. So here what we're going to do is we're going to say else if, and I'll show you a new operator here. We're going to say B is equal to A. In this case I'm going to use double equals, but the book actually talks through what the difference is between them. But remember, to assign a value to a variable we used single. So these are one of the mistakes which you'll make a lot when you're starting out, is not getting the correct equal sign. So if you're assigning a value to a variable, just one equal sign. If you want to check if one value is equal or has an equal value to another variable, then you use double equals or triple equals. Okay, so if B is equal to A, what we want to do is we want to say B is equal to, and if that doesn't evaluate to true, if B does not equal A, then we can be fairly confident that B is greater than A, and so in which case our little catch-all at the bottom, the else block, will be executed. So this will only be executed if both of these evaluate to false. Okay, so in this scenario we know that B is not less than A, so this will be skipped. We know that B is not equal to A, so we know that this will be skipped. And if both of those get skipped, it means that the else block will be triggered and B is greater than A will be printed. Let's go and prove that theory once more. Okay, so B is greater than A. How about, and you can try this yourself, why don't you change B and A so they have the same value, and then run this yourself and see what result you get. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change B to 5. So A is 5 and B is 5. If we go and run this, what do we expect to happen? Well, this will be false. However, they are equal, so this will be true. This will be printed out, and because this has been triggered, it means that this else block will not be triggered itself. Okay, let's run this. B is equal to A. Okay, now in the book what I've done is I've created a table where you can see all the different operators and they explain what each of those mean. It also works through a few examples in the book. So let's take some of these here, and I've dropped them into the code behind the scenes so we can just var dump some of these out and you can see what they actually mean. Okay, so when we spoke about double equals, what this means is we have a 5 here and we have a 5 as quotes. So they are different types, but the string contains the same string equivalent value as the actual integer. And so in this case, because it's double equals, this will evaluate to true. However, if we use triple equals, it means that they have to have the same value, so 5 and 5, 5 and 5, but also they need to be the same type. And as we can see, they're not the same type because this is an integer and this is a string, so that will evaluate to false. The exclamation mark before an equal sign means not equal. So here we're saying 5 is not equal to 3, and that will evaluate to true. Here we're saying 5 is not equal to the string 5, and we're using triple equals. So this will evaluate to true because they contain the same values, but because we've done a triple equals, we're saying they don't, or they're not equivalent, and they're not because one is a string and one is an integer. So again, that will evaluate to true. Might be a bit of a tricky one to get your head around that, so have a good read through the chapter in the book on these also. Here we're saying is 4 less than 5. We know that that's true because we've already been looking at that. Is 10 greater than 5? We know that that's true because 10 is greater than 5. Is 5 less than or equal to? So this means less than or equal to. This will evaluate to true because 5 is not less than 5, but it is equal to 5. So any of those conditions would be fine there. And here we are saying 6 is greater than or equal to 5. This will evaluate to true because 6 is greater than 5. So again, take your time on these, make sure you understand them. You'll use comparisons a hell of a lot in PHP and in any programming language. So it's important to know what they mean, especially the stuff with like the double equals and triple equals. Make sure you get your head around that. But let's run these, and these are the values that we're expecting to see here. So we have true, false, true, 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 true. Okay. How did you find that? I hope you had a go at the little challenge I set you when I told you to have a go at this one earlier. Having a go at things is how you're going to learn, and in the book there's plenty of opportunities to have a little practice at what we've learned. I'll see if I can find you a quick example. Okay, and so as you can see here, each chapter has a challenge at the end of it. So similar stuff to what we've been doing there, and we work on some comparisons here where you can have a go yourself and then check the solution. And this kind of learning really helps cement the knowledge and helps you be able to move on to the next section with confidence.